guys, it's Adia, Aaron, and Katie, and we are 29 and chronically online. Before we get into this episode, we just wanted to remind you to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. We also have an Instagram at 29 and .co and a TikTok at 29 and co. And guess what? We have a YouTube, where you can watch all of our videos. So we love you guys. Thanks so much for listening. Now let's get to the good stuff.
Welcome back.
Happy 2024.
God bless. I'm gonna turn this. So you
Okay,
guys
no
spoilers.
Absolutely, yeah, no spoilers.
Spoiler alert!
First one of 2024.
All right,
That's crazy.
Yes. So today we're going to be going through our end of year recap.
Yeah, we're just going to tell you a little bit about what we did in 2023, whether you asked or not.
Exactly.
But I'm assuming since you're listening to this podcast, you're asking.
Exactly.
And you're interested.
And we have stuff to say.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we each made a quick little PowerPoint.
Quick.
Don't know if it's quick, but
We made a PowerPoint.
So Adia is going first.
Yes. Mine is titled End of Year Wrapped. Thank God. This has been a fucking year, you guys. All right.
Yeah,
right.
Bring that closer. So
I know.
So to start us off, I really try to think of what's the theme? What if I had to encompass what I wanted to do this year? Welcome to the shit show.
Okay.
That was the sentiment for this year. A complete and utter shit show.
Did you go into the year with that in mind?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
As a recap, I'm like, what happened?
How did you
Yeah.
end 2022?
How did I end 20?
And
Right.
how did we get here?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Two completely different pathways. The resolutions I had, the vision board I made.
Not the vision board.
I made a vision board this year. I do every year.
Aw.
But
I love that.
it was
Didn't go as planned.
Throw that in the
Nothing.
fire, call it a day.
exactly. So my resolution starting the year was to get more attention.
Oh, I love that.
Simple as that.
I feel like you did get more attention,
For sure.
whether it being good or bad.
Oh yeah, and this is be careful what you wish for.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because I thought, attention is nice.
Yeah.
Regardless, they say any publicity is good publicity, but bad attention is not good attention.
No.
And this was a rough year. So to start us off, January, I was a little braid baddie.
Okay, yes, braid baddie.
Okay.
The red.
I said I want more attention. Let's go red.
Yeah.
Let's
love
do
that.
something drastic. Let's do something I haven't done
I
before.
love.
Let's change it up. Let's switch it up. So I spent 6 hours doing my own hair because I was not going to pay
We're saving
someone
money.
to do
So
what.
smart
Exactly.
braid
I'm
baddie.
trying to be
Beginning of the
frugal.
year.
Frugal
beginning of
braid
the year.
baddie,
I'm
yeah.
trying- So the first picture is me suffering, braiding my hair. It took 2 days. The second one is like, okay, I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
And the third one is like, all right, this is a look. This is a look. This is
Yeah.
fun. It's January, new year, new me, hence being a braid baddie, right?
I love.
That brings us to February. The impulsive era
It's the first photo for
has
me.
has started. So
Okay.
I dyed my hair red. So I got it professionally dyed red.
Okay.
Before I had dyed it red, and then I did the braids, and then I'm
so
like,
this might be a spoiler, but you went blonde after that?
that is. So I got my hair
Girl.
professionally dyed red. My
Okay.
cousin is a hairstylist, and she
Okay.
dyed it for me. This was my impulsive era. This is the beginning of what the rest of the year looked like.
It started going down
Which
early.
is crazy that it's only the second month and it started. I got a tattoo, which is not very that impulsive for
Yeah.
me, but it's
And
like,
I like that one.
yeah, it's
Ew.
like, who's got the money for that?
Okay,
I
fair.
don't.
Not us.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I got a tattoo. I went to Richmond on a basketball game with someone I was talking to at the time.
Okay.
And
Do we remember their name, or are we just?
I do remember. I know his name.
Okay.
He does not like me anymore. He verbatim hates me. So
Okay.
that's spoiler alert for the end of the year. But yeah, that's the beginning. This is where it really starts. The impulsivity that brings me to December. February. You know what? Birthday debauchery, baby. 29 years old. And this is the vibe. This is how I felt. I felt alive. I felt rad. I was talking to someone new. He posted that on his Instagram
That's cute.
for me
Yeah.
on my birthday. That's a Polaroid that we took.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. March was good. It was good. Like, I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, it wasn't
Can't
bad.
complain.
It was
I
a
love that for
birthday month.
Birthday month. Yeah.
Exactly. Birthday month. Some debauchery of taking photos with a person I'm not dating while talking to someone else.
Nothing wrong.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. We love a good roster. April. 2 Joes and a hoe.
Oh my God.
I love this.
This is a good one.
I love it.
2 Joes and a hoe. So April was great. I went to the White
looks.
House. Joe Biden. I saw Joe Jonas for the first time this year
There you go.
at Something in the Water. Amazing. And this photo is me leaving someone's apartment at 6 o'clock in the morning to get back to my house to go to work. Do I still talk to them? No.
No.
But
That's not
it
the
was
point.
it was definitely a walk of shame wearing the plastic white fake Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
Those did stand out when you first put the photo up.
It was a look.
Yeah.
And
To go from the Joe Biden pic to
Right.
that one is crazy.
and I had to document the shame of
You had
being
to.
like,
Absolutely.
wow,
The
this is
absolute highs and lows of high school football.
no, like it was a rough, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a roughie. But 2 Joes and a hoe for sure. May.
Oh, here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
The
Blonde
worst
girl.
the worst decision I've ever made in my entire life. So my cousin that dyed my hair red, I said, I want to go blonde. Let's do it. She said no.
That should have been.
She said
That was the.
I will not dye your hair blonde.
Yeah.
I'm a professional and I'm just not going to do that. And I said, fuck it. You're not going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I did it and proceeded to lose 80% of my hair.
Not 80%.
Gone. Just demolished. So I was like, my hair is getting shorter. You know what I'm going to do? Braids. Blonde braids.
The blonde braids are a vibe.
They
though.
were
They're
a
a
look.
look.
Yeah.
They were a look. I did those too, but they were a look. Yeah. So that's really, it's really started going downhill after this. I had bangs at some point. Don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I don't remember seeing that at all.
Yeah.
I really don't either.
It's because my hair was breaking off and getting
Oh,
shorter
okay.
that it just started to look like bangs.
Okay.
I did not cut them into bangs. It was just so
So is
damaged.
this your formal apology to your cousin who's
I'm
upset?
so sorry that I did not listen to you. I should have listened to you. Okay, gosh. June,
Oof.
help.
Not the Homelander.
If there was, if there was a point in your life when you're like, where did it really all start to go wrong? June 2023 was that time for me.
It's the fact that there's only one photo of you.
I have one photo on here because looking through this month was truly traumatizing. So I had to put the Homelander photo in here because it's part of me being like, wow, we're halfway through the year. This is crazy. But also like, how more unhinged can I get? And then I think you should leave one, I think, because in that episode, he's basically on like a bachelor show and she finds
only
out
there for the zip line.
he was only there for the zip line. And I was like, yeah, that's something I would do. But also, I at the time was essentially my own bachelor show
Yep.
with my full roster. So yeah, it started going downhill. The only good thing was that it was summer and I was at the beach every day. Hence the beach picture and the horrible blonde hair. July, it started to pick up. I'm like, you know what? June sucked. July, we're getting back in there, baby. I went to a concert. I saw one of my favorite artists. He came from the stage to the lawn,
I love
which is
that.
unheard of
Yeah.
at that venue. We started a freaking podcast. And I went to see Barbie. I went to a drag brunch. I did lots
She's
of
having
yeah,
fun.
I did fun stuff in July.
Summer was a good time.
It was truly the GOAT month, like for sure. Absolutely. Of course you would think, okay, it's going up. It can only go up from here. Boy, oh boy, did it not.
Ooh.
Okay, so August.
We're shocked.
It's the close friend story. I'm
what I
sorry.
August. Thriving. This is not literally. I was not thriving.
Right.
I was surviving.
Sarcastically thriving.
Yes. So August. This screenshot here at the top in the middle. I had posted on my close friends like, does anyone have any recommendations on how to get more money without having to work? Like, because who wants to work now,
Okay.
One of my friends responded, said, get hit by a car and survive.
So they were predicting the future.
Little did they know that same week.
Not the same week. Not even.
That
oh my God.
same week, I was 1 centimeter away from getting hit by a car in the walkway when I was walking. I do have the video. Happy to post it on the
socials.
On the social. And I did, almost get hit by a car and survive. Did I survive? Yes. Barely for the rest of the month though, because as you can see, I was thriving at one point. I went to see the Jonas Brothers in New York. I saw one of my faves. His face is censored for his safety. Also for mine because he looks too good and I will territorial.
I love the bubble.
Thank you.
I can't think of
That outfit was so cute. I
She
remember when we were like
was.
posting
Yeah.
the
Such a
hair,
vibe.
the outfit,
Yeah.
the makeup. Loved
It all like
That was a great
it was
was
a
a good
wrap
time.
for that.
Yeah.
For that fit.
There was a great night. You know, one other thing that was we were definitely surviving, and I'm gonna have to bleep this out.
Oh.
Okay, love.
It'd be like that. Yeah.
Amazing. And then it's just a photo of me because I don't drink that often. So I got a Coke at a brewery, and I was like, full send, soda, soda, But boy, did I,
That was very millennial of you.
realize what was to
yeah.
come because I switched from soda to actual alcohol. September.
The censored.
Please. Okay, that was rough.
Yeah, that was
September.
a rough one because
Yeah.
she kept sending it around to us.
I was gonna. Yeah.
Oh, I was the photo.
Wait, which one? Oh, yeah, the middle one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
That
like,
was-
look, I was like,
That's rough.
I get-
I was here
that
for you.
That was a hard fall for all
That-
of us.
No, truly,
That one really hit home.
Delulu is like there's no other way to describe that month because it's not even like I was just talking to him.
Right.
I was talking to a whole other person
Yeah.
that I was also equally as interested in
Yeah.
at the same time. So it's not like I didn't have options. But the
But it
delusion
was a hard come down.
the delusion in me when we took this photo and the photo
You're like,
booth,
we're getting
Yes.
married.
Yeah.
I
Like, that's
said-
my man.
That's
you
mine.
showed up to this studio
You
that
did.
day. Please.
I was like, oh.
She was on one in a good way.
Yo,
You
yeah,
were.
I was on
At the
cloud
day?
nine. I was
Good way.
on cloud nine. Like I was, I was amazing. It was a great.
Yeah.
It was a good time. But they say the higher you go, the
Yes.
faster and harder you fall. And oh my god, I have never been that delusional over a man in the Navy. Not even like a.
I forgot he was a Navy
Yep,
man.
he was also in the Navy. So it's like, not only are you like this for someone that's mid, but like they're in the Navy too.
A
Like
military man.
when I say like there's nothing not special, but like he looks like every other bitch.
Right,
like
right,
it wasn't
right.
even like
Yeah.
anything
He was
to
no
be
Joe Jonas.
No.
Like,
It was
yeah.
nothing to be that upset over.
Yeah,
But God, taking that fucking photo was probably the worst idea that I had.
Because that one, yeah.
Because now I
cemented
look-
something.
Now I look back at it and I'm like, oh my god, so that's when the Delulu literally started that situationship and ended it in that month.
Yeah.
In that month. Not it didn't 3 weeks.
I remember 2-3 weeks later, it was.
You're
a
like,
rough
this is my formal retraction for.
Yeah. I got my tattoo done, was also delusional and thinking I could afford a tattoo and all of my bills in the same month. I could not do that, and I was late on all of my bills for September because I was like,
close to the sun.
yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'm living my best life.
Exactly.
I had a little bit of money, and I already had my tattoo appointment scheduled months in advance. So it's
Right,
like, fuck
right.
my bills. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You can wait. Horrible decision. Cause October, new hair, new me.
Yes.
Is it?
That hair was a vibe.
Is it? I was like, I said, things are
Okay.
things are
saying that is funny because how many hairs did you have this year? Blonde, red, green.
Exactly.
Blonde braids, red.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so funny because Aaron immediately was like, "Is it new?" And I'm like,
No,
new hair, new
that's
idea."
why it's the question marks, because it's not.
No, I was on your side. New idea.
I'm gonna be honest. I was cackling at the bright one.
Oh my
But here we are.
god.
So I thought,
Continue. Skipping ahead.
I wear like longer hair, but this is the longest that I've had, and oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I felt like a brand new bitch. Like I felt like that bitch. Hence the photo of
Yeah.
like me just pointing, thinking I'm hot shit. But was it a new me? No.
No. New physically?
Physically, yes.
I looked new.
For sure. I
New
looked
hair.
totally different. Same person on the inside. The mood meter was really where I was at this month.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I have referenced every single one of those phrases,
Yeah.
especially the fuck it we ball.
That one.
Because there's so many crazy things happening in October that I just did not care. Like I was like, either it's a fuck it we ball, we vibing, we back. And if you see right in the corner, low energy and unpleasant, mom would be sad. I got a new medication in October because that it was starting to get to that point. So I was like,
Yeah.
let's get up to let's fucking go, baby.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
Let's do it.
Let's
Yeah.
get some supplements, some enhancements here. And then got back on the dating apps in October and reminded myself why I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bryce, you remind me of my mama's belt because you hit different with a whew emoji. And yeah.
No words.
So
We don't need no explanation
that's
for that.
it. That's it. November. Down bad. This was, just read what's on the damn screen.
Yeah.
Hey, Adia, it's blank. Was just randomly listening to Knock Loose and thought about you. Hope you've been good. This is Doorbell Daddy, if any of you know
Okay,
from
okay.
the Finsta days. I have not talking,
Yeah.
Spoken.
spoken. I've not spoken to this man since maybe December of 2022.
Okay.
Oh.
So it had been pretty much a year. And he ended up, I don't know how much to say without it sounding like I'm the one that's in the wrong. He was available. He told me. Turns out he was not actually available. He had a legal partner that some recognize as a marriage, and decided to get back together with his partner, and was the down bad part of last year. He was last year's photo
Okay.
booth guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had not talked to him in a year. Took it forever to get over him, whatever. And I randomly got an awesome text message 11 months later. So that was definitely what I needed in November.
Right,
So
right.
I was like thinking, really going downhill. What can I do? What can I do to be better? Let me become a gym baddie. Let me become a little gym rat, Horrible decision, because every single man at this gym, I started a new gym, is the finest man.
Oh no.
So it's just like an alcoholic going to a fucking ABC store.
Right,
Like it's
right.
just bad. Bad news bears for me, but I'm still going. I'm still doing it.
Good.
And then this meme, I was 2 seconds away from sending this to old boy. What do you mean you're not looking for something casual? Don't you want to entirely be consumed by love on both a physical and emotional level? I literally asked him, no, I said, I like you. Do you like me? And he said, you're cool.
That is tragic.
That's wild.
Like, he would not say that he liked me. And I still was going for it. Full sended. And that leaves us to the last month. December. The motherfucking glow out, bitch. Yes, I've turned my ways. I've turned a new corner. I saw Joe for the 3rd time this year. It was amazing. Oh, and I officially got divorced. And it was finally done. Finally
I
done.
saw this
Where's the
tweet and it made me
Oh,
laugh out loud.
Yeah, where's the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that finally officially happened legally. It's crazy, it's wild. That was actually my other resolution for the year was get officially
Finally,
divorced.
Yeah.
And I did that with 20 days left in the
Kicking
year.
and screaming,
it
but
counts.
I did it.
You got there.
I did I did that bitch. But yeah, what a month. We'll see what next year looks like. It can't be anywhere. I'm not going to jinx that.
Knock on wood.
It will. Yeah, it's going to be a year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be our year.
It is because we're 30 years old.
I thought you were trying to go for the
I thought
30,
you were 30, flirty, and
thriving.
thriving, but you
We
just
kept
said
saying
30, 30 years old.
Because I'm trying to like really get it in my head that we're
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
30.
yeah.
Yeah.
God, what a year. What a year, guys. I want to give quick shout outs to a couple of people this year. To everyone that was on my roster this year, you know, I really appreciate the time that you put in to be on the roster. You know, some of you guys didn't leave the bench, but I appreciate the effort. It was a good run. I cannot continue to play this game next year, so unfortunately I will have to retire. But it was a good time. Yeah. I definitely enjoyed myself. I also had times where I didn't enjoy myself. If any of you want to make a comeback, there's like 3 of you that I'm willing to hold a spot for. But other than that, yeah, new year, new me.
Love. We can't wait to see.
And I'm out.
Yay!
Ready for you.
So we'll start. I didn't necessarily do months, but I do have some transitions. So this was the
Cute.
start of 2023.
We love.
Sorry, Scott, but this is my PowerPoint in my podcast. So I picked the photo of me that looked good.
We love.
I love it.
So we're starting with some trips I took this year. We're moving. Breeze.
Okay.
Oh my gosh,
We're
Katie.
gonna
Wow.
I
She's a
love-
world traveler.
We stand a passport baddie.
Yeah, we're just going to breeze right on through. So
Okay.
obviously London, big vibes. This is also London, but more photos I
Wow.
wanted to include.
Katie.
Love.
Thank
She's
you.
an influencer.
She is.
We try. Had to visit the library, Jack the Ripper Museum. Don't go, it's not worth it. Oh, more London vibes. I went to the British Museum. Bitch, she's a vibe. I know they stole everything, but it's like, no, like they acknowledge it. The signs were like, oh yeah, and so was like sent on this trip to go get this thing from Egypt.
Gagged.
So you're literally admitting to
That's
stealing. Like I'm
crazy.
kind of obsessed. Like
Oh my
it's like
gosh.
us being haters. It's like they own it at least, but take all the stuff back. Anyway, moving on. It was still fun to see, but at least it was free.
True.
We went skiing.
Oh,
Love.
she's a athlete baddie.
Sporty Spice over
Sporty
here.
Oh
Spice.
my gosh.
Let's see, what else did we do? Went to some parks.
Love.
I love a
Oh,
nature
girl.
house. Nature
Yes.
girl vibes. We have a national parks pass, so
Ooh.
went to Hatteras. Best
We
place your
love the
favorite.
place.
Yes, yeah,
So
it's a good
cute.
time. Nature center. I worked there, so I had to take
I've
a
been
photo.
there.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Well,
Some concerts I saw this year.
Hell yeah.
you were flying.
I told you. So I went to the Iron Blossom Festival in Richmond.
Yes.
Saw Noah Khan, Hozier, a lot of other people that did not make the list. I'm sorry, but
Irrelevant when Hozier is there.
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. And okay, it was rough because on Saturday when Noah played, it was like the hottest day of the year.
Oh my-
People were
of course.
passing out. I was like, I definitely had like a heat exhaustion moment overnight. But then Sunday when Hozier was supposed to play, you can see we have raincoats on. It was
Wow.
cloudy. It was like the perfect day outside. So
nice.
we love more concerts. Fall Out Boy. I was.
Wow.
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah. it
Good
was a
time.
Okay,
Five
love the hat.
Sauce. Oh, I love her. Haven't worn her
That's
again.
a look.
but
That's
funny.
a look,
That's what I'm
Katie.
You
saying.
should bring back. You should bring bucket hats to.
Yeah,
2024.
you should. You
Okay,
should.
I
yeah.
will. Cover half my face. We love.
Obsessed.
Ben Camino.
Yeah.
Vibes. There's
a
a
Dia.
so fun. I think we are zooming. Oh,
Oh,
we already
ooh.
included this, so we're skipping. Okay, this is where things get a little longer.
I just
unfortunately.
need to note that you didn't put the Jonas Brothers concert there.
Oh, yeah, because I started this before we went. I
sure.
completely
Oh, yeah.
forgot. Yeah. I have been doing my homework
fine.
early.
That's
so-
true. And not 5 hours ago.
I've been updating, so it's fine.
Okay.
No, continue.
Jonas Brothers were awesome. When we went, I was like, oh, I can't wait to add this one. Clearly.
Can't wait. Anyway, moving on. Favorite
Pulled a
books.
me.
The
You
photos
pulled
are
a
in
me.
you guys' right? So
True.
You definitely pulled an idea on that one.
I'm gonna try to go through this quickly. I had a lot of favorite books this year because I read 150. These were some of the 5-star books that I had. Some of my favorites are under. I have another series slide, so they're under those. The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. Love. Better than the movies. I loved it. She supports Israel, so, we'll keep on moving. I'm not going to read another book by her. Always the Almost.
That's
Love.
cute.
Yeah, it was a really good book. Made me cry.
Oh,
Throne of Glass.
I love those transitions.
Thank you. I just...
She loves a good transition because even
know,
for the
I'm a
like
fan.
Edward Cullen one, you were like,
yeah.
boom, boom,
I love
boom.
like a moment. You know what I mean? Dune. These are obviously not in order of like... Because how do you pick one? But Dune probably was my favorite book of the year, which is crazy, but whatever. Anyway, I love that I'm not even giving a synopsis. Half of these books I probably couldn't tell you what they were about. It was
Honestly,
just
don't
vibes.
need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if anybody's watching, I highly recommend Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. Actually, that was really good. Rick Riordan, obviously known for Percy Jackson, The Heroes of Olympus, all of that. But he does have a Nordic God series. That's what this one is. And it is really good, surprisingly. I was a little worried that it was going to be like too similar to Percy Jackson because it's like there are a lot of similar type gods and whatnot, but very different quests, very different energy. So love that. Never Meant to Meet You, stumbled upon that on accident. It was really good. Done and Dusted, we love. Debut author. Fourth Wing, nobody come for me, haven't read Iron Flame yet, can't bring myself to do it. I heard it was bad. The Right Move, I love this book. Questionable author. The Witch's Heart, she got a whole section on the podcast earlier this year, so no explanation needed. Favorite series is this year.
Ooh.
Some of these you guys are going to recognize. So this is my Stay a Spell series by Juliet Cross. She did the werewolves, vampires, and Grim Reapers. So I read all 6 of them, and then she had a novella that I read, and then I read Don't Hex and Drive twice this year, and I'm reading Witches Get Stitches currently. So we love her. Okay, this series...
Priest, Saint, Sinner.
I'm obsessed. Priest, Sinner, Saint. Priest is surprisingly like the least favorite out of those 3. It's the first one of the series, and you would think, because it's like about a priest, that it was a vibe, but she was like a 3-star. But Sinner and Saint, 5 stars. I cried. I read Sinner twice this year.
Oh my God.
I'm obsessed. Not for the week, because the first one is about a priest like hooking up with someone, and then Sinner is about his older brother hooking up with their childhood friend who's also a nun. So kind of a lot of dynamics there, but I'm obsessed. Saint, really good. He's a monk, so vibes. Lockwood and Co. No surprise.
No surprise. Yeah,
Nothing
knew that
in
was
that
coming.
one. Yeah, read all 5 and then read the first one and the 4th one again. So we'll see. Trying to read the 5th one again. It's a mess. Watch the series. That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. That series I talked about it a little bit during the other one. You guys know. And then 6 of Crows and Crooked Kingdom tie with Dune for best books of the year, in my opinion. Crooked Kingdom, I was up till like 2 a.m. She made me cry. I was like, it was a whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
It's a whole, I don't know, magic universe. We love her.
I'm shocked that Siggy Shane is not.
Yeah, well, we're waiting. We're waiting.
I'm waiting.
I think that was
he has his whole
adamantly
slot.
clear in that presentation that was not working out. Books I did not finish this year. No surprise. Prince Harry Spare. Interview with the Vampire. Boring as hell. Call it what you want. It's a book about a situationship that I thought was going to be interesting. The writing, terrible. So bad. 10 pages in, quit. And the Ballad of, yeah, it was rough. The Ballad of Never After. This is a second book in a series. I liked the first one, but actually I read a review and I stand by what this person said. They said the beginning, Bones, was really good, but then as the story continued, it got bad. And that is actually so true. And then by the time I got to the second one, I just didn't even care because it was like kind of poorly written. So that's a really big one. Honestly, these are pretty big books this year. Like Spare was big, and that whole series, The Ballad of Never After, that series was big this year for Book Talk. So I'm no longer trusting them. I'll read my reviews on Goodreads and call it a day because I trust them more. They'll be honest with me. Book Boyfriend.
Love.
Yeah. This is where things get fun. Anthony Lockwood. I love him. Who's next? Kaz Brecker. 6 of Crows. Big vibes.
Ready.
Dirty Hands himself. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sean Bell from Sinner, who hooks up with the
I'm
Nine.
intrigued.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I literally think about Sean Bell all the time. I read the book twice this year, but at the beginning of the year, once was in January and once was in March, and I love this man. So I could not find, because these, I mean, I think they're kind of popular books, but nobody's like done a fan art of Sean Bell. I mean, he's kind of just a regular dude, to be honest. Like, I mean, it's a romance book. I mean, he's like a billionaire, whatever.
Feel that.
So I took it upon myself to fan cast for him.
Ooh, okay.
This is going to be controversial. Manny Jacinto.
Okay.
So in the book, this man is canonically Irish Catholic. Manny's not giving that, and that's okay.
No,
that's
but
okay.
I love him.
He's Filipino. Yeah. They are Catholic too, so we can have.
There we go.
They are primarily a Catholic country, so we can have Manny and still get the Irish Catholics, because the whole vibe is like they're really into their religion and having this like crisis of faith because I'm a nun, like I shouldn't be doing this, whatever. So
She shouldn't.
right. Right. But, he kind of gives like older brother vibes to me. He kind of gives like we just need someone who is going to be like the leader of a family. And like he gives that to me because like he's the oldest brother. He like takes care of the rest of the brothers and siblings. And, I just feel like he fits pretty well, in my opinion. Nobody tell me otherwise, because I know this is probably... Nobody has said this. Nobody has, because they all fan cast white men. Of
course.
So I'm over it. I can't keep doing it. I'm sorry. And also, Manny needs to work.
Yes.
Give Manny the
sorry.
worst.
Book our boy.
Please book him. I love him. He was in Top Gun for literally 5 seconds. And I
Was
was like, oh yeah, he was at like the back of the classroom. It was so sad because I
didn't
saw
even
his
see
name
him.
build and I was like, oh, okay. He was not.
Damn.
Yeah, it was rough. So get him in some blockbusters, some rom-coms. Some more book boyfriends. Okay, this is just a rendering of Hades just generally. I read a lot of books about Persephone and Hades this year, and I love Hades.
You're tuned in.
I am tuned in. And this was the best photo I could find because, Hades can be whatever we want it to be.
True.
So
I love it.
Best I could find. Peter Mellark. I reread The
I was
Hunger
about to
Games.
say, he looks very familiar.
Yeah.
I know
found
him.
Yeah. I didn't want to just put Jeff Hutcherson because I did actually read the book, and this is the fan art versus just putting a picture of him. And then okay. So this is also sort of a fan cast, but from Done and Dusted. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, but the male main character, the author has described was based on Tim Riggins. So,
Oh,
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Love.
There's one scene, I don't know if you guys have seen Friday Night Lights, where he's sitting in the pool with his arm around 2 girls. It's season 2 right after the end of summer, I guess. And she said that scene in particular inspired the whole book of Done and Dusted, because she was like, what if that guy grew up and stayed in Wyoming, or I mean they were in Texas, but she wrote her book in Wyoming and just stayed there and became successful because he's kind of a deadbeat in high school or whatever. So put him on there because there's no fan art for him, but I loved him as well. I think about him sometimes. Okay, this is just a note that I have in my book or in my phone. When I read books, sometimes songs come to me.
Okay.
About
I love that.
These couples are inspired by these songs. So I just put some up here. I'm not going to read them all because there's quite a few, but if anybody's watching and interested, if you like any of these songs, you might like some of these books. These are also my opinion. So
Lots of T Swift.
I know. That's the whole thing. I was worried she was going to be in my top 5 because a lot of these songs fit these characters. And so I would listen to them on repeat because I wanted to kind of stay in that world. And I'm but she just has so many love songs that apply to so many things, So I don't know. Crazy. What a mess. What a mess. Media I cried over this year. This is books and movies.
Category.
Yeah. Not a comprehensive list because I was trying to think. I know there's more that I cried over, but this was what I could find based on what I reviewed this year. So these are the first few. The Summer I Turned Pretty, sobbed. The amount of Summer I Turned Pretty content I've cried over this year should be concerning. Last Christmas, we talked about during our Christmas episode, cried a lot. Saint, cried. Okay, I would like to make the distinction for the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I only cried during the movie, not in the book. There were just some powerful moments in the movie. If you've seen it, you'll know. Crooked Kingdom, I was up till 2 a.m. crying.
Oh my gosh.
Love Actually, I feel like that's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
if you guys have seen
That's a
it.
given.
We did see it in theaters last weekend. It was the first time I've ever seen it, not just in my house.
Oh,
and I feel like
love.
that kind of made it
Is that when you cried, or did you cry? Okay.
Yeah, every year pretty
I'm
much.
with you.
You know,
I'm with you.
The Holiday.
Incredible film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Someone Great. I literally will put this on if I'm like ready to cry.
It was,
'cause
I cried too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just like something, the way they captured like the breakup of like a 10-year-long relationship.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I
is
don't like
honest.
Gina Rodriguez,
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
I cried for
The way
sure.
that they wrote that movie, like, just hits. I don't know, hits something. I think there is more. Oh yeah, Barbie. Yeah, you know, controversial, I guess. Before We Were Strangers, cried, and then they revealed that she had a baby. Tears dried right up. The Empty Grave, cried at the end. Embarrassing for me. It was over a necklace. They didn't even hold hands or kiss. Just a necklace. Hunger Games, cried. I know how the book ends. I know how the
Right.
plot. I was crying on my walk listening to the audiobook.
I love that.
It's rough out here for a Pisces. Favorite drinkies this year?
Okay, love.
Ice Matcha Latte, London Fog,
Same.
Sonic Red Bull Slush. I'm obsessed with
That's the
her.
one.
Prime Energy, specifically the ice pop version. Celsius.
Yes.
I have an espresso. I love her. And unflavored sparkling water. Embarrassing for me, but she's hydrated.
Love.
Notable moments of the year for me.
Oh my gosh.
Jimmy Buffett's death. This hit hard in my family group chat.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. We kind of grew up listening to Alan Jackson, Jimmy Buffett, and like jokingly, our family song is Margaritaville Slap, Cheeseburger in Paradise. Like, it was just like a vibe. It's like, whatever. So when he died, that was rough. Barbenheimer, I went to both same day. My eyes were bloodshot, but she was a vibe. I didn't blink once.
Dude. That's so funny.
The Oscars snubbing the Irish. Tell me why Banshees of Inisherin was nominated for like 7 categories and they lost every single one. You really hate to see it. They hated the Irish this year. Robert Pattinson and Suki Waterhouse. I feel like, I know they've been together, but they were vibing this year and I loved it. The Grimace Shake, never forget.
That was hilarious.
Those trends,
I loved it.
yeah. Every
So
video I
funny.
saw made me laugh. The Dune postponement, I had multiple people send it to me. And I was actually, it was a rough day
Should
for
have
me.
been out, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the strike ended like a week before it was supposed to come out the first time. And so everybody online was like, it can still happen. But, you know, they've already changed all the marketing and whatnot. So it was originally moved to March 15th. It's now moved up to March 1st, 2024.
Wow.
Like 2 whole weeks. Love that for me.
Okay.
You shouldn't have.
Yeah. Ayo, I put her on here because she was like the most employed actor
I
in
love
Hollywood
her.
this year.
Yeah.
And I love everything that she's done.
Yeah.
And Bottoms, the movie that Nikki talked about when she was here, just feel like didn't get enough, you know.
Yeah.
She was in The Bear too. She was great in The Bear.
Yeah. She was in Abbott Elementary too, and a few other things. I
Another
remember.
movie with
I'm like
about
picturing her
saving
face.
the summer camp.
Yeah.
The kids
Mhm.
acting
I
summer
can't
camp.
think of the name,
Me
but yeah,
either,
she
but it
was
was
like
funny.
literally everywhere you looked this year. She was like in it, so I love that. Various data.
Ooh.
So
This is the one.
this is the one. So I spent 352 hours watching the H3 podcast this year. Embarrassing for me. I
Watching or
calculate-
listening?
Watching
Watching.
on YouTube.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And then time spent at AMC. I included runtime only because there was like when we went to Barbenheimer, the movie for Oppenheimer ended and we were there for like another hour before Barbie started. But I was like, I cannot mentally calculate all the times that happened. So I think that was like 50 something. Watching Love Island. So I realized this is a similar number for you, but I also watched the winter season. So there's another 60 hours
There
on
you
there
go.
that,
60.
yeah, something like that.
And we were hooked.
Yeah, trips to the library one way. It was about 55-ish,
Nice.
something like that,
love that.
which we love. But yeah, the H3 one was a sobering moment for me because
Yeah,
that
it is.
number is high.
Well, again, I walked into Katie's house today.
Yeah, and it was on
And it was on, and it was a 3-hour and 20-minute podcast, and she had already watched
an hour.
52
Yeah.
minutes. So
It just goes by quick, you know? I know, it's a mess. I think that, there's some photos, I believe, just at the movie theater, had to include.
at your love place.
I know. This isn't every movie we saw, but just some. It's like the concerts. Me watching Love Island. That photo, the live reaction to the
Yes.
finale of Love Island.
I
games
received
that I sent
that
to
photo.
Erin.
Oh my gosh.
And Finn. That is all.
What a year.
What a
That was a good year.
So
That was
much
a good
media.
year.
So
Oh
I
my
know,
gosh.
I just read a lot of books, you know.
Well-rounded. You traveled. You did a lot.
My 2023, a photo diary. We go month by month. So
Okay.
let's count how many times, 1, K-pop influenced me. 2, I ate good.
Yeah.
Good food, always a must. 3, went to a concert. 4, got the ick. 5, cried, joy, or sad, which is wild because I'm not like a crier.
Yeah.
I will get the feeling. I'll feel sad, obviously. And if something's truly heartbreaking, I'll shed some tears.
Yeah.
But I'm not like a crier. So like this year, I was like looking at my pictures and I was like, oh my gosh.
Interesting.
I was like, wow, I was emotional this year.
Okay.
Ooh. Something in the air.
Something in the air,
literally.
and I need her to stop because I'm tired of
It's
it.
the way we both have that we cried on here.
Yeah.
Times.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't.
It
It was
would've been the
alluded
whole-
to.
It's
Fair
yeah,
enough.
figured.
That was the
yeah.
undercurrent
True.
of the PowerPoint.
Exactly.
Okay. January, I moved into my new place.
We
Okay.
love.
I celebrated Kim Kai. I journeyed to Catalina Island. It's basically a wonderful European-esque island off the coast of California.
Oh, I know. The Catalina wine mixer, baby.
Exactly. I went to a concert. I saw Harry. So PH1, he was number, I think,
Oh, that's you.
3.
That's
And that's,
fun.
so there's him. And then I was on his Insta story there, and my friend Taylor came to visit me. I asked a man, well, no, I didn't ask a man. I asked the Hinge public.
Oh, okay.
I said, give me travel tips for South Korea because obviously I was going.
Yeah.
And he said, you absolutely have to hit up the convenience stores and feast on Korean fried chicken.
Okay.
That was the most bare minimum basic answer. And I was like, delete. Goodbye, Kevin. Thank you for nothing. Obviously, I was going to do that. So K-pop influenced me twice. I ate good twice, went to a concert once, got the ick,
True.
cried 0. So
Okay.
we're off to a good start.
Nice.
February, I have to say,
Yes.
February 1st or 2nd, that first picture of Yeonjun impacted me so much.
No.
Look at him.
And it's the fact that it's a picture of a
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only picture. And then Baekhyun discharged from the military, so I cried for that because I was so happy he was back. So there's me crying. My dad came to LA, so I had good Italian food.
Oh my God.
It was delicious. I celebrated my friend Skylar's birthday with my LA crew. So those are like the girlies that I hang out with all the time. Shout out Skylar, shout out Hannah, shout out Ashley. I then celebrated my roommate's birthday, had good wine, and this is the first time EXO has been pictured all together in like years because they were all like in the military. So they would do things and you would see some of them together, but not all. So she cried. So K-pop influenced me. 3, ate good. 3, went to a concert. No, sad. Got the ick. No, sad. Well, happy.
Yeah.
Cried once. EXO. March, it became rough. I started off the year good, had a Turkish tea, Turkish food, went to Long Beach. Then I got into a car accident.
Yeah, that looks rough.
And I was not planning on going out that day, but then my roommates were like, let's go get pizza for Pi Day. Also, the one has a 2-seater and one has a 4-seater. And so she was like, I took an edible, so I can't drive. Can you? I was like, okay. There I was in an accident.
Yeah.
So there's that. Then we move on. I had dim sum. Kai ate with that photo. Look at that waist. Gagged. I went to Santa Monica, saw the houses, celebrated my friend Ashley's birthday, and then had some ick
messages
from
I
Hinge.
love that.
It said, can I smell your house?
Yeah, that's weird.
No, Victor. He sent a rose with that one too.
Yikes.
Excuse me, I think you have something in your eye. Oh, wait, is that a spark? No. Are you Netflix? Because I could watch you for hours. Creepy.
Watch?
Exactly.
Right.
Weird.
Right.
So K-pop influenced me twice, ate good, 4 times, went to a concert, 0. Got the ick. You saw the 3 times.
Yeah.
Cried because I got into my first car accident.
Yeah.
So that was rough. And March was truly when it went downhill. But now here's April. Okay, so started off good.
Yeah, it
My
looks like a good
friends
April.
came to visit. They went to a K-pop concert, so I got to see them. Loved, made a new friend of Tona and Alexandra. Loved that. Hung out with my roommates. There they are with us, looking at the phone and then the sky. EXO all together again. I started my journey as a WAG, went to an LAFC game. They won. The Grise Dior pop-up was in LA, so I went. Also, my fave, Chanu, he took that picture. Then the next day, I took that picture.
Nice.
And then on April 19th, one of my favorite K-pop members passed away. So I was sobbing for 2 weeks.
No.
And so that's that photo of me looking sad. Yeah, still.
Is that him?
Oh, no, not him. But it's in Chanu's, who's in the Gris Dior, his member passed away. So there I was sobbing. I had to call my sister on the phone that morning.
Oh my gosh.
And it's one of her ultimate faves. So I had to call her and tell her she was at school. I was working. We were all sobbing. And then we sobbed. We're still sobbing. Let's be real. And then the next week, Jackson Wang, who is like one of my faves, was having a concert. Didn't feel like going, but I went. It was a fun time, but I was still sad. Anyway, so then this man sent me a long paragraph,
We love that.
and it was just too much.
We hate that.
Also, my niece was born. So at the end of April, so that was a little glimmer of hope.
We love that.
Oh, yeah.
So K-pop influenced me 6 times, ate good twice, went to a concert once, got the ick once, cried for 2 straight weeks. And then I stopped, but was still on and off. But then it was May. May started out so rough. They announced that Kai had to enlist in the military.
I love that it's an email, first of all.
No, this is on Weverse.
Oh, okay.
You know
okay.
Weverse.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So it was not planned. He had like all these things planned, and because one of his friends, quote unquote, was being shady, got a fake doctor's note, and then whatever. Anyway, they pulled all of his friends and were like, you have to go into the military. So Kai wasn't supposed to go just yet. And then we had like a week, and Kai was about to start promoing with EXO, like all this stuff. So anyway, so got that email, cried and wore my sweatshirt, my Kai sweatshirt. But then I was also planning a Korea trip. So there's that. I celebrated Baekhyun's birthday with other K-poppies in Orange County. I went to Old Navy.
Nice.
Bought things for
Oh, maybe sponsor us.
Yes.
Old Navy sponsor us.
Please.
Bought some things for Korea. Hung out with my Gemini twin, Hannah. Kai shaved his head, so we added him to the EXO-L.
That's funny.
I love that.
And so those are all the boys with their shaved heads. There's Kai, and then there's a picture of the EXO members sending him off to the military. And then there's a picture of my suitcase because I'm packing for Korea.
Yay!
So there I am, passport and red, white, and royal blue in hand, going to the airport, cried. When I got to Seoul, went out in Seoul randomly. I'm at a restaurant the first day I get into Seoul with the people that I went. Randomly hear, Erin? And I was like, I'm literally across the country or across the world. Who knows me? Susan, who I went to high school with and whose parents live in my parents' neighborhood.
What?
Was she? I mean, I knew she lived in Korea, but that
still.
was so random that I saw her. Anyways, so just good vibes in Korea. And then I went to Jeju Island, which is now one of my absolute favorite places. It's just a small, tiny island off the coast of southern Korea. And we had a good time and we vibed. So I had the absolute best meal of my life, which was the Jeju black pork. And that is the top left picture. I saw my sites, aka Son Hyung-min, on every convenience store door and coffee shop. There's me and my friend Courtney and me and my friend Haley with our orange hats. And then, us just visiting. Side note, everything in Korea is sweet. So that cheesy garlic bread, sweet. And then my friends hiked a mountain. I sat at the Starbucks before we were boycotting it and had a nice Jeju orange beverage. All the bevs were amazing. I took that You Got Any Games.
I love that.
The 0.5 selfie. I went into a cave, which was insane.
Nice. Wow.
And then Jeju is a lawless land. There are no stop signs. And that was one stop sign we saw. Literally, they have like stoplights, but no stop signs. If you're a pedestrian, there better be absolutely no cars around you.
Oh my gosh.
So then we went back to Seoul. I saw the massive library, explored. We went on the food tour of one of the night markets, and that was incredible. There's a bunch of side dishes at the top right. This is where they hold Seoul Fashion Week.
Oh, okay.
So it's not
North Korea.
yeah. And then we got some amazing churros, and the tagline was better than a boyfriend. So I obviously had to take a picture of that. Then I lived my K-drama journey and I rented a hanbok with my pals. I took pictures and I saw Namsan Tower. Shiny! So one of the reasons why me and my friends went to Korea was to see one of our fave groups, Shiny. So one, I saw my friend Joan who moved.
Say.
Yeah. She moved to Korea about 3 years ago, and so I got to meet up with her, so that was fun. I saw Minho, love of my life. There he is. Saw Shiny, bought Shiny merch, and yeah, there's M at the bottom and Lauren as well, and there we are, just drenched and excited to see Shiny. I look at my seat. It was actually like a very good seat, and I paid $75 for it, and all the seats in that stadium were $75 because Korea knows how their ticketing like is fast and quick, and you need to be on it.
Yeah,
but the price is incredible.
Oh my gosh, US could never.
No,
know, right?
Okay. Dang, all these pictures. I took these videos too. They're not even like pics I stole. Anyway, or vids I stole. So we go back to Seoul. I put this in because we went to the Harry Potter cafe in Seoul. And so I had to take a picture of 943 Cafe. And then we took the train to Busan. There were no zombies. Thank God we made it. And then we went to, there was a random Texas street, which with a bunch of American core stuff.
Okay.
Korea loves AmeriCorps.
Okay.
Then we went to Dalgachi, which is just a small town in Busan, and it's a very big fish market. They're also the Little Prince area. So there's a Little Prince and the Fox. And then I walked up some stairs. Harry Potter, do you see it? And then I took a picture of my friend Jason and this thing that says, "Life is short, drink more beer." Which I don't, but we move on. Actually, during Korea, I did drink a lot of beer. Then we went to the Gumcheon Culture Village. So iconic. So it was so incredible, like, and crazy to see, like, while you were there. And then we had toasted marshmallows with ice cream in the middle.
Gosh, it looks so good.
It was incredible. Yes. Then we went back to Seoul. I went to Lotte World. So that's the largest like indoor and outdoor like theme park.
Oh my gosh.
Bought some ears. Me and my pals had delicious K barbecue. We got drunk and held our photo cards and just took lots of pictures. My friend Jess, who lives in Korea, she showed us around, and then we went to Itaewon, and I don't know if you guys know the K-drama Itaewon. We saw the restaurant that it was kind of like based on. Yeah. We did karaoke, and then on Friday of the last day, we left on a Saturday. Friday, I was like, okay, I'm gonna chill, like pack, do my stuff, and then go out and get the last minute gifts that I had. And then I saw ATEEZ randomly by our Airbnb. So there are 3 K-pop idols that I love, and that I was like, this is insane. I was like, who are those 3 attractive men? And because there are large groups everywhere in Hongdae. There will be singing, dancing, jokes. I don't know. Like,
trying to get
and
scouted.
Exactly. So there are a bunch of groups. And so I was like, oh, there's like a large group. Let me go see what it is. And I look and I'm like, 3 very attractive men. ATEEZ.
Amazing.
Okay. This needed its own slide because it's a journey. Okay, so I went to a thing called Wild Wild.
In Korea?
Yes. It is basically Korean Magic Mike.
You mentioned this.
I mentioned it, but I needed to save it for the pod. My friend,
oh my God,
Jess, shout out Jess, she loves Wild Wild. She has her faves. And she was like, to me and our friend M, who was there as well, she was like, I bought us front row seat. We're going. And I said, ha 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 ha. What? And then she was like, no, we're going. And I was like, okay, I'm here because Jess loves this. I don't have any like, I'm like here to see hot men, obviously. Yeah. But I'm here because Jess loves it. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah,
like this will be a wild time. Wow. Hence the title Wild Wild. So I went to this. We walk in, it's all purple. All these biddies are like, oh my God, my face, like taking pictures. So there's me and M on the left, me and Jess on the right. Shout out them. I love them. This trip was our first time meeting in person, but they were like internet friends. So and then I like visited them. So we went. This is how close I was.
Wow.
So there's a stage, walkway, box, and my knees were touching the box.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my gosh, what is about to happen? And so the show's about to start. Jess is like, just so you know, guys, they come out into the audience. Me and Em are like, wait a minute.
You didn't tell us that before we got here.
Hold on. What do you mean? She was like, just be warned. But if you don't want it, give them an egg. They'll leave you alone. But if you don't, they'll dance on you, like whatever, like blah, blah, blah. I was like, ha.
Oh my God.
So this is me, purple everywhere.
Yeah.
Me and Em excited for the show to start. Me, Em, and Jess. That was our reaction after the show. Okay.
That's funny.
So so they're all coming like out into the audience. We're like, everyone's like, woo, yeah, 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 like clapping. It's a fun time. We're having laughs, and I'm literally like mouth covered the entire time. I'm like,
Yeah.
And I'm grabbing onto Em. She's grabbing onto me. We're like, oh my God, what's happening? So we're dancing. Jess's fave comes up to her like on the box. She's sitting on my left, and they're like, oh, like holds her hand and is like, they're like doing a little jig, like whatever. Drops her hand, leaves. He goes to, another place. And we're like, okay, love. This man starts walking over to us. He comes up to me and he's like, and I'm like, oh, Jess and her man, her fave, just held hands and did a little boop, boop, boop. And then he left. So I was like, okay. Give me your hand.
He pull you to the stage.
He starts pulling me up, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm literally being risen onto this stage.
Oh,
First of all, low-key trip. I'm like, oh my God, like what, like where am I going?
Oh no.
He grabs my arm, puts them around his neck,
Aaron.
grabs my waist, pulls me tight, starts dancing on me. I black out besides the fact I see this man's face on me, this close to me, a few centimeters, and he's like dancing on me, woo, 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 woo. And I'm just like, oh my God, what is happening? And so that ends, and they're like, yay, woohoo. Like, he ushers me back to my seat. And so I go, it's in a theater. So the seats are theater seats, so they're coming down. And I'm like, okay, trying to sit down, it's not opening. And I'm like, oh my God. And this man is kneeling on the like stage still, like waiting for me to sit down. And I was like, please go, please go. And I was like, please. And so my friend Jess and Em are like both trying to put down my seat.
God.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. I finally sit down and he's like, okay, bye. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, what is happening? Em was like, Aaron, I thought you got kidnapped.
Oh
because
my God.
Em was looking off to the other side because a man was coming down our aisle. And she goes, Aaron, look, turns to me. I'm nowhere to be seen.
Oh,
and then she looks on stage and she's like, there's Aaron right there. That was our reaction after that.
I would have blacked out.
I did black out.
Like,
these are the men.
stop.
So the man on the left, but the second in from the left, he's the one that pulled me up on stage.
Nice.
I just needed to bring that out. And then like after the show, they have picture time with people who win a picture time. It's very K-pop.
That's so
K-pop-esque,
interesting.
yeah.
I need more time.
Okay. We'll take a minute.
Wow. It's appreciated.
So that's that. I loved it so much. When the Friday.
Yeah.
I was like, my world changed on that Saturday, so let me go the Friday before I leave and go again. So I went with Jess and then my friend Lauren. Lauren got little photo cards with the men on it. Then I waited outside, got little pics with these men because they have like fan clubs. So all these girlies are taking pics. I was like, why not when in Rome?
So cute.
Here I am. This is the man who my friend Jess's fave is. He's adorable, a puppy. We got another pic with this man. Adorable. Got a pic with this man. And then we got a pic with my fave. Nice. He was laughing at me because all the biddies who were like taking pics with him before were like changing poses and doing random things. This was the first pic I took out of the 4 that you saw. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Because I'm just going to smile and cheese. And he was like... like laughing at me because I wasn't changing poses. And I was like, I'm just trying to get a good pic and not scream, you're so hot to you.
So attractive.
Exactly.
Sickening.
So that was that. K-pop influenced me 5 times. I ate good, too many to count because I was in Korea, went to a concert once, got the ick, 0, cried 6 times. Don't know how that, I think it was just Korea.
Yeah.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
June. Okay, so I left Korea.
I love that
bye
fit.
to
Yeah, me too.
that. As soon as I touched down in the U.S., my car battery was dead. So I had to buy a new battery. I said, okay, we move on. Went to a Twice concert.
Nice.
My friend, her work has like a box at SoFi Stadium. Ooh. So I went to that Twice concert for free. Then me and my Gemini twin, Hannah, we were like, we're going to celebrate our birthdays on a boat. Yeah. And so we rented a boat and we had our friends celebrate with us. And then I looked at my bank account.
Okay.
I said, why do I have no money?
That's no money.
Well, for everything, for like checking savings, like no money.
Do you have savings?
Nope. Because I clearly said, fuck it, we ball. Oh,
Yeah,
in Korea.
right.
You saw my Korea trip. You
Yes.
saw that. Anyway, but
I would be balling with $100.
don't worry, I did.
Okay.
This is just the screenshot
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
in my phone. I went to Korea, and then it was my birthday, and then it
Yeah.
was summer. Like,
Yeah.
how am I not supposed to spend money? K-pop influenced me once, ate good twice, went to a concert once, got the ick, 0, cried 0.5 times. I don't really know why I said 0.5. Maybe because I no money. Maybe because I had to buy a new battery.
Yeah.
Maybe because just the feels. July. Oh my God. These videos are really playing with me.
I know.
I went to this thing in California called the 626 Night Market. It's in Arcadia. It's a bunch of like Asian food and night market, and they have all this stuff. I ate good K-barbecue with my friend Tona. My friend Charlotte, who I went to college with, she performed in LA. I saw her. We started the pod.
Woo!
And then I continued my WAG journey of going to some cup game in South Mexico and was seated in that box again at SoFi Stadium.
That's
Nice.
insane.
Yeah, that's a good.
K-pop influenced me 0, ate good 3, went to a concert once, got the ick 0, cried 0 times.
We love.
Growth, baby. August, I did a lot of fun things. I celebrated my roommate's birthday, saw Barbie, hung out with Hannah, went to Calvin Klein and saw Jungkook and Jenny. I was reunited with Taemin at KCON. I went to Universal and went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
I love
Harry
that.
Potter this year for
I
you.
did. Yeah. And then I went to the new
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo thing, got the little
Ooh.
ears, went on a park date with my roommate, Iana, saw the moon. Loved Brewster's, discovered Brewster's, and kept going. I like have had Brewster's before, but there's
sick.
like one close to my apartment, so we just like me and Yenna had no self control and just
Yeah.
went. And then I was on my friend Tona's radio show.
Fun.
Oh my gosh.
She's a social media influencer. K-pop influenced me 3 times, ate good 4, went to a concert 1, got the egg 0, cried once at the moon. September, I didn't do much. So
Walking.
she went on a walk, she bought a canoodle, and she saw 5 Sauce. That's all I needed.
That's all you needed, yeah.
Because she was broke after the summer.
Yeah.
Korea, summer,
You
you're
balled
joking.
so hard
I
at the
balled
beginning of the
too
year.
hard. And I had to pay for like the car
Yeah,
multiple
yeah.
times, the trip, blah, blah, blah. K-pop is 0.
Wow.
I ate good, I'm sure, once or twice. Went to a concert once, got the egg 0, cried 0. October, I went to SF and I saw my sister and my new niece and my nephews and my brother-in-law, obviously. Ate good food. These noodles and this like chicken katsu were delicious. I discovered a new Indian store like by me, so I was like, wow, I now have a Indian place to go. I came back to Virginia to surprise my friend Dara for her 30th. I went to a lavender field with my girlies, Hannah, Skylar, and Ashley. And then me and my roommate Yenna surprised our other roommate Misty by dressing up as Cosmo and Wanda for Halloween. It was low budget and we moved on. K-pop influenced me 0, ate good 3, went to a concert 0, got the ick 0, cried once because I left my niece and nephew. That was sad. I was like, you're so cute. I miss you. November, I made raw marinated crab. It was everything to me. I packed and went to Virginia. You see me in my comfy pants in a large home. I'm in Virginia. I saw a deer. Woo woo. And then my mother got Rona. So me and my sister had IHOP for Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh.
So K-pop influenced me 0. I ate good once. Went to a concert 0. Got the egg 0. Cried 0. December. I saw the Beyonce movie with my mother. I went to karaoke with some pals. We filmed content and we went to the Joe Bros concert. But the thing that influenced me the most was this EXO picture. They were at their manager's wedding. And so obviously Kai is enlisted. So we haven't seen him like out and about. So they all posted this picture, this like group picture on like their Instagrams. And so they were together.
Oh my gosh.
Which had me crying. K-pop events with me once, ate good once, went to a concert once, got the ick 0, cried twice. Okay, so in total, K-pop influenced me 22 times. Less than I thought.
I thought it would be way more.
Less than I thought. 8 good, 27 pictured, but Korea, so, a lot. Went to 8 concerts, which was less than I, would have wanted. Got the ick 5 times. You can see that I deleted dating apps in April.
Yeah.
So, because after I was like, no. Cried, joy or sad, 12.5 times plus a 2-week straight, which is crazy since I'm not a crier. But yeah, anyway. Bye.
What a year,
That
everybody.
was a cool year, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a year that we had.
Did so much.
You guys traveled. I should add that to the list. I mean, I am. I'm going to
yeah.
Jamaica.
Ooh. I love that.
Yeah, that was what a nice wrap up.
I know. What a way to end the year for the podcast.
Thank you for
year.
staying with us. We love you.
See you in the new year.
Yeah.
See you in
Happy
the
New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Bye.